Plaintiff Mylea Benford says the defendant is her distant cousin, and they only got acquainted a few years ago. But now she knows that the defendant is nothing but a thief. Mylea claims the defendant drove her to and from the hospital for surgery. But when they got home, the defendant stole money out of Mylea's purse while she was still groggy from the procedure. Defendant Jennifer Davis says once she got to know Mylea, she realized that she was nothing but a drama queen and a gossip. Jennifer denies stealing anything from Mylea, and she's countersuing for defamation of character.
Start with you.
Jennifer is a distant cousin who recently moved to my area about 2 years ago. Don't be fooled by her. She may seem sweet and innocent, but she's a thief.
Not true.
I can't believe that she would actually steal from family. And of all family members, me. I'm always there for her if she needs anything.
Have you known her to do that in the past with anyone?
I mean, not necessarily stealing, but she's not going to do anything for anyone unless she's going to get something out of it.
Okay. Let me hear from you. Give me some background on this.
First of all, I moved to Bakersfield about 6 years ago, about 6 or 7 years ago, not 2 years. I know Mylea about 4 or 5 years, and through that whole time, I've also known her to just be like a drama queen, a gossip girl, you know, and just...
Give me some examples.
Well,
particularly something that might relate to her accusing somebody of something.
We recently had a problem to where I confide in her, and I told her something about like a situation that I had going on, and her with her big mouth, you know, she ran and told my mom something totally different than what I told her, and that caused like a huge problem between me and my mom. Everybody knows when Mylea calls you, she calls you to talk about others. So getting right into the case, can I go ahead and tell you?
Let me allow her to give me the facts because she's suing you. Go ahead.
On October 14th, Jennifer called me and I asked her if she could take me to the hospital for an outpatient procedure. She came to my house. I was still getting dressed, so she went into my room. When we got ready to leave, she asked me if I wanted her to lock my door. I said yes. So she locked the bedroom door and she asked if I had the keys, and I said the keys on the key ring with my car keys. She says, I can't drive my car because I don't have gas or money. So I said, okay, fine, we can take my car. When we got to the hospital, I let her know that I left my purse at home with $380 in it because I didn't want it to get stolen at the hospital. Might as well took it with me. It might have been a little safer.
You left it in your room?
Yes, in my bedroom.
Did someone else have access or something?
No, my bedroom door was locked and she's had the keys.
What made you feel it was necessary to tell her?
Because I was carrying a coin purse instead of my big purse, and I said, I don't have my big purse because I left that there. I just let her know that's why I had the coin purse instead of my whole entire purse.
Usually people say, when they say, I got some money locked up, so make sure it stays locked up. The motive is they don't want anyone to take their money.
But you would think you could trust a cousin also.
I'm not asking you that, but go ahead. There was no motive. You just felt like saying it. Go ahead. What else you want me to know?
So when we left from the hospital, she took me home, and I laid on the couch to take a nap. When I woke up, I noticed that she wasn't there. So I looked over on the couch. Her cell phone was still there. So I walked down the hallway, and when I get to my bedroom, she opens up the door and she's startled because I'm there, and she puts her hand behind her back.
Inside the bedroom.
Inside the bedroom, but the bedroom was locked. She had something black in her hand and she put it behind her back.
And what'd you say?
And she says, oh, what, do you want to lay down? You know, you want something to drink? What? So I lay down in the bed. I'm thinking to myself, what are you doing in my room?
Why didn't you ask her?
Why would you be in my room?
Why didn't you ask?
I had just had surgery, so I was still groggy, like sleepy, tired. So I just went in and laid down. But then when I laid down, I started thinking like, okay, why would she be in my room with the door closed?
Did you ask then?
No, I got up to go see what the black thing was that she had in her hand. It would look like a scarf. I didn't say anything because I didn't really want to accuse her until I knew. I went back into my bedroom to lay back down. Well, when she left, I looked in my purse and the money was gone.
Why did you go out to look at what she had in her hand?
To see if maybe it was what she had took my money.
Okay, so you already suspected she had taken your money. Huh?
Yes, but I didn't want to accuse her without knowing.
Did you ever accuse her?
After I looked in my purse and the money was gone, that's when I contacted her by phone.
And what did she say?
She said, so are you accusing me? I said, no, I'm telling you.
All right, let me hear your side.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Let me hear your side.
Let me give you something. We got home. I had to literally help her walk Like get out the car.
Good enough. What happened when you got back?
Yeah, so we got back. I laid her on the couch. She stated to me she was hungry. I gave her some crackers, and we was in and out of conversations like
Back
she was
up. Did she ever tell you while in the hospital?
No, she never even stated nothing about no money. I mean, why would you tell me?
It sounded odd, right?
No, why would you tell me you had money in your, she didn't tell me that until she called me. Until she called me accusing me. Yeah.
Okay, so you get to the home and what happened?
We get to her home. I lay her on the couch. She stated she was hungry because she hadn't eaten. I got her some crackers. I sit on the little couch. She laying. We in and out conversation. So then at that point she realized she wanted to go in her room. So I escorted her into her bedroom. I was never in her bedroom alone. Well, I guess she changed her mind about wanting to be in the room. We goes into the living room. She lays back on the couch, and then her roommate come home. I briefly told the roommate about what the doctor said, and I left. And honestly, Your Honor, if I believed that someone took my money, they wouldn't have left the house. She's saying that she told me before we was at the hospital that she had $380.
Okay. Did you call the police?
They came out and they took a report, which I have here.
Let me see. And so what, did they investigate it?
It's still in the process. They just did the little phone report.
Have they spoken with her, do you know?
No, I don't know.
But nobody has contacted me.
They have not?
No.
All right. So you need to follow up with the police because they can get fingerprints. Very simple process.
Off of a purse?
Yeah. You didn't think so, huh? Okay, yeah. They can get fingerprints off of a purse.
They can get fingerprints off of anything.
Right. Whatever type of purse, you can get fingerprints. Now.
But I also have text messages from her admitting it, and the ones highlighted is the one.
I never admitted anything, Your Honor. She kept on texting me, telling me I'm wrong. She know I did it. They were going to prove it. They were going to know that I'm wrong. And me sarcastically said, okay, well, let them prove it then. Stop texting me.
Yeah, I did, Malia. Whatever you say. Let them find it out then. But until then, you have nothing to say to me. Then I'm looking at one later. Okay, Malia, whatever you say. And I would appreciate if you would stop telling people I took your money. I wasn't the only one there either. She's denying it, ma'am. You know she wasn't admitting it. You know she was being sarcastic. Ma'am, why, once again, did you not ask her what she was doing in your room?
I wanted to make sure that it was taken first. I didn't ask her that. I don't know why I didn't ask her that.
Good enough. Why didn't you ask her what she was carrying when you went out to see what was in her hand? Right. Your counterclaim for $1,000 for defamation, how has she defamed you?
Well, she's calling my family, trying to make them believe that I was a thief, and just ever since she called my family members, she haven't made no contact with my family. Like, she's the type of person that she will make contact with you ever since then, but then since they didn't believe her story, she haven't contacted nobody.
Right.
And I have several statements.
Unfortunately, everyone that is accused of saying something about another person is not liable for defamation. The definition for defamation is someone intentionally saying something that they know to be false with the intent of damaging your reputation. I don't believe that's why she did it. I believe she thought you did it. And she believes you were the only one that had access, but her story does not convince me of that. She's unable to answer some very crucial questions. And secondly, when you see her in your room coming out with something in her hand, you don't say, hey, what you carrying? Have a good day. Case dismissed. You didn't prove it was her. Could have been anybody. Have a good day.